Alright, Chi-Chi, we gotta push the car in, so gotta grab the steering wheel. Adam's car looks amazing. I actually want to show you guys Adam's car because it looks so good. Oh. So this is one of the valve covers I painted and modified. S14 SR and S13 SR hybrid. I can do these for you guys, just hit me up. And then his charge pipe and intercooler pipe, and the rest is done here at ColorWorks. So yeah, this car looks really cool. So we're trying to push this car in. Yeah, I guess something that I haven't really talked about is I finally got a hood. I got some headlights and I got mirrors. Oh yeah, I got corner lights too. I've been trying to find this one right here. I want that like fiberglass Japan thing, but apparently I asked somebody about it yesterday and apparently they don't make a S14 Zenki. I don't know why they would do that. If anybody knows a link for the S14 Zenki, please send that shit to me immediately. I really want to get this side like that. But so yeah, I just threw those on there real quick. Modified the existing front tabs so it would hold. I had to actually modify the headlights because I think this whole front end was made for a Kuki. So the tube front was done previously to me, and it looks like they made a Kuki front. When I get more time, maybe like next year, I think I'm gonna change this up. So yeah, it's something I don't think I've talked about. So I'm gonna cover that. Yeah. So to me, this finishes the whole look. I really want a couple other additions to it though. I want to do a couple of things, and I found out some things to the skirt so I can add some of the Car Modified Wonder pieces to it, and it looks really good. I might do that too. Yeah, so we got the steering wheel in it because we're about to try to push this in, and this is after we finish our steering shaft. I guess I'll go over that in this video too, because I need to like finish tying it everywhere. So today I'm just gonna tighten this up, and then I'm really gonna try to accomplish a seat bracket today. So my main kind of mission for today is going to be I need to have the seat mounted myself, and the seat mounted, then I can, when I order a pedal box, I can put it where I'm at, finish the steering shaft stuff that I need to finish, and all the little things like that. It's one of the big parts that I really need to do today. Another thing that we finished up last time that I forgot to talk about was my rear diffuser, and holy crap, right now I think it's full of water. Yeah, whoa. Oh my god, it's a pool. So we need to figure out how to drain that real quick. Sandra, help me. Look. It's a leak. Probably get a drill and maybe drill a couple holes at the bottom of this. If not, I should probably take it off. He's doing that so it drains, babe. If not, I probably should just take it off. And then I need to start on the rear crash bar. So maybe if I finish the seat bracket and seat location stuff, which is what I'm going to try to do today, after that I really need to do front and rear crash bars, because obviously this needs something. I need to figure out a way to hopefully not lose that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to run that most of the time because it's like, it's on the ground, but it looks so good. But yeah, so I need to figure that out still a little more. Yeah, so I got a lot of work to do. This is why we're here on almost New Year's weekend, almost pretty much, or whatever. We're here every day. So yeah, we're gonna continue to do all this. Bring it inside. Oh, I need to go turn. Oh, maybe not. Oh, wait. Alright. Well, you got them legs. I was helping. Alright, so I put the seat inside of here, and it actually looks quite well with little side bracket things. Might be able to just drill some holes and send it, but more than likely I might try to make maybe 2 crossover bars, or maybe just like 2 bars to go diagonal, just so I can put bolts through it, and it's kind of on something heavier than that little sheet metal. But in theory, I could just go straight through it right now. I'm gonna sit in it and see how it feels. All right, so I took it out, flipped the brackets, went up 1 on the front, so I could try to maybe have the nose of the seat right over the hump. And then hopefully if I bring these in closer, I might be able to actually put one into this hole. And if I can just put one into this hole, then I have a perfect spot. And just try to figure out how to bolt it down, obviously. So I'm gonna attempt to put this one in now. Alright, so I was kind of hammering away at this little bump that I had in here. Back there was like a little high rise, and I gave it a couple whacks, and half the sound didn't, and just started crackling. Like, super easy to pull out. I was kind of not gonna take this out. I didn't want the car to be extremely loud. I didn't really care for taking it out, but it literally came out in like 1 or 2 big chunks. So see. So I guess I'm just gonna maybe wash it a couple more times. I went and got these guys just in case I need to chisel it, and I guess I'm gonna chisel it out. So yeah. Well, that side job, or whatever you gonna call it, done. Kind of funny, it took after the cage is done for me to actually remove it. But like I said, I wanted to keep it. I wanted the car to be tight. But after I went over there and just kind of like smacked it down once, it exploded. Like Sandra. Damn it. So maybe it's lighter now. Lighter is cool. Light race cars. Yeah. So now I'm gonna try to go back to maybe trying to do what I was supposed to do. Hopefully, if I can. All right, so I forgot to record me welding this little bracket, or making this little bracket. But it's in here. Now I'm gonna try to grab the seat, throw it in there, see if it works. All right, so we made the brackets. You can barely see. And I just made them bolt to the floor. Side mount. I can have my window closed. It's actually a big deal because all the seat rails were making a rub. Thank you. Stop recording. Oh. Feels really good. I got my pedal box, piece of wood. I think I'll be alright.
Oh my god.
Oh, actually, would somebody pass me my helmet? I think that's like the last thing, right? Because last time every time I put it on, it just wasn't working. Can I just chill in here? Yes! No, I'm not hitting anything. I'd have to really jump up to hit that shit.
You can turn it on and off and like that. Okay. You got a little bit of space to worry about.
I'll learn.
Yeah.
Not to be like, whack. I'm being dramatic now anytime anyway, so. Well, I mean, I get out of the car like that every time.
I'm going to say, you always get out the car dramatic.
I usually just get out though, with my helmet on and gloves
Yeah,
on,
that's
and I
true.
throw everything on top of the car.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm always like, where are my gloves? Alright, so we actually came here to finish one thing, or to do one thing, and we did it. Seat rail's done. It's kind of not tight though right now.
Yeah.
I didn't tighten up this side.
Oh, I think the whole side.
We didn't even tighten up any of these.
Yeah, that's all loose.
I should stop shaking so much. But we're chilling. Not that trash, thank you. Cool, so this is awesome. We came here, we accomplished a thing, and we did an extra thing because we weren't supposed to take off all the sound names at all. That was not part of today's plan. But we did. Bang. Which is right? But I hit it with a hammer a couple times and then it fell off and I was like, oh, and I grabbed the air hammer and just hit the whole floor with it and it came out in big chunks. Yeah, that's what I was telling Sandra. That's the only reason why I did it, because it came out super easy.
That's crazy.
Because otherwise, it was staining.
Probably because it's been rained on.
And outside,
Yeah,
it didn't
outside
dry,
the
it
sun.
didn't cook. That's literally what I said to you. The elements!
That's the trick now. It's not dry ice.
The elements!
You just sit it outside for years.
It should close, it just
Okay.
hits the speaker tray. So this thing is also kind of like not mounted all the way. I should maybe like make some shit for it to do that. And then I need to figure out what hydro I'm gonna do in here. Like if I might just do one of those GK Think things and then just use this.
Do that little glove box thing.
What
Do
glove
they
box?
have the little hydro that goes to the stock e-brake?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah. Do
little
that.
GK Tech thing. There, just
Do
put
you
it right
got
there.
Use that.
What I might just do an ASD. Cool. You can stop recording now. Alright, so the mission for today was to have my seat rail and seat installed the car, so then we could do a pedal box since my steering shaft is done. We were able to get that accomplished. So since the seat is done now, I can just get in the car. And then I got steering shaft, steering wheel going. Tell. So next step is, like I said, trying to get a pedal box. After I get a pedal box, I'll be able to get all the brakes plumbed up and stuff like that. So this right here is a big step. The seat is pretty much perfectly in here. It seems pretty leveled, which is pretty good. So it also seems like my harness bar is at the perfect place, as you can see right here. I just need some harnesses. Yeah, so I'm in here and we're almost ready to go. So it's pretty cool that we're gonna be able to maybe accomplish this car on time. Maybe not. I might have to take some side steps. Like I might not do a PDM now. I really want a PDM, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to afford it. So maybe I should just figure out how I can wire up the whole car with just fuses and relays, and then make like a separate like breakaway box or breakaway thing, so that I can maybe add like a PDM later on to that. So that would be my goal. But I just need to try to figure out how to budgetize everything, and maybe that right there will bring into discussion this new thing I got. Well, you guys might already saw. Might put this. I guess I'll put those clips after this, so then it could just be like one thing at a time. So yeah. All right, so I got to work a little early today. Last night I picked something up that I didn't know I was gonna pick up. I had planned to pick this up like a long time ago for my Corolla, but I don't know. We'll see what I might do with this. Now that Toge Factory has a kit that kind of bolts on to some of these things, I might as well, use this thing. So a good friend of mine, Joel, had this laying around, something that he kind of put together a long time ago. It's supposed to be a K24 with K20A2 heads, or K20A2 cams and valve springs, with VTEC Delete. So the big thing I was talking about is I'm still unsure what to put in here. The main plan is to really put the SR that's in my R32 in here, because it's built. It's ready to go. It will literally just be dropping in here with an RB, not an RB, with a Z32 transmission. So it would just be drop that setup in here, go. It already makes 400 horsepower. Maybe turn up the boost some. Maybe add some nitrous just to make that SR maybe just a little bit more peppy. That will more than likely would be what I'm gonna do, because in the timeline that I have, I want to have this car done by March 1st. I want to drop it at Final Bout in Texas. So that's my goal for this car. I haven't set that yet. This is the first time that I've kind of like set that. Sandra kind of knows, because we we've been setting up import lines, and we signed up for that, and that was going to be the original goal, and the original first time this car was going to be out was import lines, because I always do a new car. So since I've always had a livery for that event, I figured it would be the perfect place to be able to debut the car or whatever. But now, since found about it's March 1st, our timeline has been moved, and now I'm trying to rush to have this done for that. So it just kind of gives me like maybe 27 days less, which I was gonna do most body work and all that stuff then and painting. So now I'm like, I gotta rush and do that before. So yeah. So we're trying to make sure we can try to make the deadline. So going the SR route would be the best way. But really, I really would rather try to put this in here. It's a K24. I got it from a good friend of mine, Joel, who's had it for a while. I had originally had asked him for this engine for my Corolla. So he had offered me this a while ago, and I was gonna do this in my Corolla, and that's before anybody really has tried it for drifting, because nobody's really tried it for drifting yet. But that's before I was even in I think, in that S14, you know, it was in a couple of Corollas and some Miatas and small cars. So I really wanted to do this, which is a big ITV setup and a header and kind of basic stock. And that's what I wanted to do in the Corolla. But it could just go in there. And since now Toge Factory and all these other people are making pretty much swap parts that you could make this work, I could just take this engine, put it in here, and make 500 horsepower more reliably and easier than my SR. So I don't know. This has been sitting around for a long time. He did head gasket and studs on this. In theory, I could say screw it, run some ATF in the cylinder walls, try to clean it up some, and just send it. Buy all the accessories, buy the Toge Factory stuff. I have a standalone and stuff like that. More than likely what I would do is I would cut this dude up, flip it. I would more than likely try to make my own rear housing, water housing, you know, just a piece of aluminum, some tubing, all that. I might also even try to make my own headers. Now, I don't want to necessarily spend that much time into it and then it blow up immediately because I didn't go through the bearings, I didn't redo the head. So I could spend a little more time putting bearings in it, put a new head gasket in it, and just make sure it's perfect. And I can even do rings in it, just OEM rings, just to be able to, you know, get it going and get it perfect and then do all that. I just don't think I have the time. I really want to do this. It's not even just the time, it's the amount of money that I would have to put into this engine right now to get it in the car. Like buying the Toge Factory stuff, at least is gonna be, I think it's like $1,600 for just like some of the part kits. You need the shifter. I still need a transmission. I would run a ZF. I might run a Z33. It would be smart maybe to run a Z33 actually, just because I have a Z33 rear end, and I can actually keep that and the gear ratio would match. But a ZF will be cheaper and they're smaller and lighter. So it's kind of like it's just so much more money to do this right now. Like I really would want to, but I would have to sell so much stuff just to be able to afford to put it in the car simply. And like I honestly would rather keep this engine and do like a dry sump, because I really would just not even worry about an oil paint. I don't even want to worry about trying to like lower the subframe and all that stuff. And I think maybe if I do a dry sump paint on it, the dry sump would be enough for it to just sit in there and just dry sump, piston rods, and then new bearings, new head gasket. I mean, I could even then maybe think about doing my own or buying an intake manifold instead of just cutting and welding that, but I don't know. I mean, you guys give me some input. What should I do? Should I hurry up and try to do this K series. Maybe try to see if anybody will help out, or just be safe, get my car running like I had planned to with my SR, with an SR. Most of the stuff that I already have, build the little things that I'm gonna have to build, like intercooler piping and little things like that, some fuel stuff, and then just slowly build this. Take the whole year to acquire pistons, rods, dry sump, acquire a new turbo for it, everything that I would need to do. I'm kind of lost on that. I'm not 100% positive what I want to do then, but that's an option. So, and then the other option is leave all the SR stuff that's in my R32, and then I have this SR that should really just be put together. I could get the head decked and then the block decked and try to be able maybe buy pistons for it. So maybe spend like $1,000 or so and put this in the car. But my plan was to put the one that's inside the R32, since it's built, in this car, and then this one, which is pistons, into the R32. So the R32 would be the same setup that it has, the same thing. It would just be not built, so then that car doesn't go away. And then this car can just be built engine and stuff like that. So yeah, I still have to figure some stuff out. Like I said, I have a lot of big plans. So really, I have a lot of like big ideas for the car and a lot of stuff. But maybe I need to just put them all into steps and stages. You know, I can have the car simply like this, and then maybe halfway through the year, it can get crazier, or maybe next year could just be way crazier, which is probably going to be, since I'm already starting with this base. So maybe I should just do that. But we have this thing here, and it would be very cool to try to do this thing. Even just now, it would be sick to be one of the first.
I'm scared.
Cheech! Tell everybody bye, Cheech. Come on, bye. We're going. Alright, guys, so this is going to be a wrap for today's video. More than likely, this is explaining a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm really excited that the seat is mounted. The steering shaft is done. So those two big items out of my way. Now I don't have to worry about doing something there. Or buying something for the seat. We have something. This is done. It's just gonna need like some touch up. Like I had to cut a little bit more out of the firewall that I wanted to. So I'm probably gonna have to, figure out how to seal that up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I'm kind of glad that we were able to come in today and have at least a mission or a goal and accomplish it. And we didn't even think we were gonna have to do this sound deadening, or at least we didn't plan on that. We just, wanted to make sure we at least did that. Well, so yeah. The interior is looking like it's almost there. I still need to get a harness. I need to get a couple other things, but for today, that's it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the videos. Please let me know what else I can do to improve, because I honestly don't even know what I'm doing. I'm editing this stuff on my phone when I have a little spare time. So drop some comments, give me some pointers, give me some information. Like I didn't even know recording half the stuff that I had recorded for this car that I should be recording sideways, because it was going to turn out poopy on YouTube. So I had to learn that the hard way. So if you guys have any other pointers for me, please let me know, so we can get this thing built and you guys can continue to follow along with us.